the lifespan or your personal life and with the community together. And also think about your, with week 1 to week 4, we study the personal life side. But today we start the more the God word, and then we make more camp. It's more corporate or community or the unit. So what is the moral relativism? Is a moral law internally to a country or develops its stability, and the intersection or discovery or invention. The PT4, the ethic and the moral laws, objective or subjective. So the formal, the informal, also the subject, the object. So maybe we more detail. We see where does morality come from. So you have more individual part, the personal life. So sometimes involved with the community, the union, and sometimes we have to bridge the other person. Because the personal life isolate, maybe we stay one place, but we have the other place, the bridge. The last time we explained the traffic, the bridge, maybe we can do more challenging achievement, but last corner, maybe we need to short the gap. So how can we solution? How can I? So with God, some the hand, the touch, or they give under control the God, they more continue, you can track it, right? So today, we want more explain and we'll study the origin or morality from where? Is it my lifespan or your parent, your family, or best friend, or the God? The origin of morality there is the track, the back to singer, the Eureka. You know Eureka, right? Oh my gosh, very good, excellent. So sometimes you can call the Eureka, the very achievement, very satisfaction, the moment, right? The instruct, they image from the complex interaction. So I want to try to more explain the trauma, post-trauma, right? As a child 1 to 3, and we have other trauma. The second, the trauma, the complex, the reaction, they continue post-time and the present and the future. So intersection or biologically or physically or the psychology and with the together, the complex. The social evolution or sometimes the biological the listening to understand where our sense of our life and the wrong come from, the direction. So you have to look at how we involve is the corner, is the bound area, and then with the bridging or the section, or sometimes very much join is a member. So we involve at the spice, your source, your data, personal data, and how we the stretch over our civilization. Number one, the biological, the foundation, evolutionary edit. The morality life began a survival stage, the for early human, maybe BC 2000 or 5000, or they have solitaries like water dangers because they start, they don't have a bathing data or they have the safer area. They pass over desert or some the first, so dangerous. So they not the individual part, the activity, they union. So because they want to stay more long, no, the temporary, so they tend. So they have the more the unit because we want the more safety area, the animal or some the enemy or some the dangerous issue, right? So those who cooperate, the shared result, they children, the Peter, they the woman, the female have stay, and then you are place and then take care of the child, and the man they will be hunting the animal and what they're fishing, or they want more take over the peer and the together result. And also protects their peers is more like the more survivor and they pass on their journeys, right? So they want together. They make union in the community because they want safety and then they want the more prevention of the issue. The king's solution, we are biologically predisposed to help or does relate to us to ensure the survival or our genetic line. The reciprocal organisms, this is more either such you are bad, if you are such mind, the principle, the human involved, the sense of the penis or character detection, the ensure that cooperation oriented to the side, one side. So the ensure that the cooperation wasn't on the one side, double side, right? The union and the bridge. The oxytocin and empathy, the oxytocin hormone, maybe the female have oxytocin hormone, so this hormone from the female hormone, there are some over the man, but usually the female have the oxytocin hormone, so they more they care the mother's side, so they more take care, and the empathic or some the child they more take care. So the oxytocin, the hormone, our brain, many chemical hormone from the body, the section, but usually from the brain, the control, the brainstorming. Our brain produce neurochemicals. Neurochemicals include the serotonin, dopamine, and the stress hormones are adrenaline hormone, and then cortisol hormone from the area here. But usually, so neurochemical they from the brain, which they facilitate the bonding and the trust, the empathy, the ability to appear to what others is more feelings, the service as the emotional, the motor, the behavior. So brain have more the emotion stage and then make more the movement or the physical more behavior or activity. The second, the social and then cultural layers. So social and the cultural layer, they mean the personal growth and the personal boundary area, they more cross, and then the community or the corporation or activity or the union. As the human group, not the personal, the human group, the grow from the small tribe into more massive civilization. The biological instinct wasn't more maintains more orders. We develop a cultural, the framework, the qualities, the behavior. The social contract, philosopher like Thomas the Hobby and John Locke, the two person argue the morality. So more infinite, more argument. We give up certain the selfish freedom. We give up certain selfish freedoms because we have the union or we have the framework with the community. We must have to more give up the selfishly because we have to more cooperate, right? The like the right, the skill. So it's my personal life. So I want more and to more. It's my job. It's my life. So my duty. It's okay. Maybe for the people, but only want my selfiship. So I want mine. So we have to more give up the request, right? So in exchange for the security of living as a group. So the group means we have to give up. It's my life, the personal life. But we have to more the duty for the many people in the group is okay. The religious maturation, the poor millennia, the morals called, we are insufferable. We have suppression but inseparable, which we can divide. We have the union. From the elite that time, the system that provide the divine answers and rules, often using the concept of comic justice, and like the karma or heaven, the hell, the impulse or pro-social the behavior. The cultural nepotism, the different environment, the person more different moral purity. So we A group, the B group, but little different environment. So you can figure out A, B, the situation different. So we had more study, we had more research for the other, the group, more situation and the data, so, and then we can figure out, and then we decision to make more help, or sometimes the protect, sometimes we have the cooperation, right? So, for example, cultures in a resource or skills environment might place a higher moral value on hospitality than the cultures in their abundant one. So, the higher moral value on hospitality than or cultures in our abundance on, and then also the culture in a resource scarce environment might be placed. So this means we have a more stable. All the time we can make a more temporary the interaction, the A and the B, and the other people, and also we make a union and they make framework. The three is the principle, the framework, the why. We have the why, how, which, where, but the why, the reason, the principle, the framework. But beyond the instinct and law, the human usually listen to more determine more modalities. The principles generally categorize the source or model into more their main school of thought. So the principle generally categorize and they make data that submit the source or model into their main school of thought. The school of curriculum also they have a exam or some the testimony and they make data the evidence. So evidence means more scientific task and then they have more data. The school of thoughts and the source of modality or core idea with three parts. The technology, the source of modalities, the duty and the rule. So in power, the duty and the rule. The core ideas, the some action on inherently right or wrong. So degrees or the consequences, the level, tell or lie. This is the core idea, right? The source of modality, the duty and the rule. So if I want some action to be maybe crime, so I go to jail. This is the source of morality. The core idea, maybe I'm still something is the wrong way, so I don't need it because I'm the honest person, so I don't get this anything, right? So source of under control the law, and the core ideas is my personality or my character, and then it's my the identity, the blueprint. It's not a cheating person, right? Yeah, utilitarianism, so outcomes, the moral choice, the one that produces the greatest group or the greatest number. The moral choice is the one that produces the greatest good for the greatest number. The virtual edits, the characters, the word come from the practicing the good habit and the striving to be virtuous person rather than so following the specific rule. So the word come from the practicing good habit and the striving to be virtuous person rather than so following the specific rule. So more the freedom and the selfish, and then also we have a morality the free. So we make a good habit and then we have the routine, and then also we have expect from the other the issue, the morality issue, right? So we the more keep going is my way, and then I wanna produce and then good habit, so good leader. Number 4, the development of our individual. So you can see the picture here that a cyclist like Jane Perry, the Lawrence, the 2-person, studied how the moralities organized or within the single human life. The measure of the 5 steps of a range, the desire, and then you compare to the stage the moral development. You can see the cyclist like Jane Piaget and or Lawrence were covered the how morality originates within the single human life. The page, the 51. You can see the stage of our moral development. You can see the avoiding the punishment, self-interest. It's a 3 to 7 age, the pre-conditional, and the moral reasoning based on the reward and then punishment. So you have a elementary school, they have a rule, because the class, right? So you get the more good score, maybe your teacher or your parents give you some gift or something. But a low score, maybe they give a punishment, and they have a more. Here, the pre-commissioner, self-interest. But 8 to 13 age, so maybe we go maybe middle school, right? So good boy attitude and the law and the order morality. So the conventional. So 27, the free conventional, and 8 to 13 age, the conventional. So they have good boy attitude or law and order morality. And then the social contract principle, they want others. Maybe over teenager, they graduate high school and university. So you have to have a job or your activity or the unit for our community or your organization or the job. The social contract and then principle is post-conventional. The adulthood, the moral reasoning based on the personal ethic. So maybe you can compare, you talk to the Maslow, the 5 desires, and on the control, on the foundation, and the basic of life, the sleep, the eat, element. And second is a more good attitude, it's a more you enjoy, you make a habit, and then you do more the activity. Today, and then your position, and then you also you want to more learning your lifespan, and also the fourth stage, and you are more good chip over your community or some organization, and the five strategy optimal lifespan, right? All covered. So you can compare and talk. It is Maslow, the 5 desire stage, and then also you can stage over moral development. The page 51. We generally move from the 3 conventional moralities, the 3 to 7, the doing the right things to avoid punishment, to conventional moralities, 7 13, the following rule to fit in the society, and finally the post-conventional moralities, the adulthood. So where we act based on the universal ethical principle that might be even the transcend the local law. So adulthood, the local law, the under control, maybe crime, the violation too, right? So we can more district and then controlled by the law. The post-conventional, but conventional, the middle school there, they have the good attitude and the good boy, and then you can more the follow the parents or family, the friendship, some. and also the church cultures they following and then the learning from the other the program. The pre-conventional, the 37, so they have a weak over some the rule, and then also they want to protect by the parents, right? So the pre-conventional, the conventional, post-conventional, you can see the picture here. The page 50. So the where we act based on universal ethical principle that might be even the translate in local law. So the three parts, for conventional modality and the conventional modality and post-conventional modality. In short, the moral is the multi-dimensional, it is a biological device for a corporation or cultural tool for the society's stability, social stability. So the biological drive for corporation or cultural tool for social stability, either personal, intercultural exercise, and the personal, intellectual exercise, the social, the stability, and it just on things. It's not the software able to navigate incredibly complex experience of being the social animal, the human activity. Because even the animal have to cooperate and then they make a union, right? Maybe one leader they can follow, right? How about the human organization? You have a leader, right? And you have a crew. So the same, the social animal, you can later we more explain. The cooperation and the community, the personal life giver will join the community. So they can figure out, right? The human. But animal, they're not. They don't know brain, right? They only brain for the mind. But the human, they have more share, give and take. Right? The very simple discovery. So the animal, the human different, animal have brain, but they only think the selfish in the mind. But human, you can share, give and take, because it's a community and a cooperation. So it's the software we developed to navigate incredibly complex experience of being a social animal. Utilitarianism, the consecration, utilitarian function like moral calculators, the focusing entirely on the results of action. Core question, the utilitarian, the detail they have a device, the core questions, what produces the most good for the most people? The core question, what produces the most good for the most people? The female drivers, the features, the consequence, the focus, the outcomes, an action to the judge's solid by the ability to message them the utilities, the happiness or raving, and minimize suffering. So it's the optimal health, optimal lifespan. So action, outcome, the judge's solace by ability to maximize utility, happiness or raving, and minimize suffering. Now, most people, they want to try to more minimize life. So before, we have a big house, good car, and then they more the furniture inside. But now, everybody, they want to try to minimize life. They buy not too much, and they want to keep the small area because sometimes expenses are very high, but they want more less time. There's not too much the cleaning or the mess. So the minimize. How about you? You want a big house, or you want a very cozy? Or I'm staying in my place. That's or you want a more big house. Honestly, you want a big house? How about you? You are here, so you want to make a big building or you want a small cozy house?
I prefer small cozy house, but if for my family, because family members need a big house. But for me myself,
Yeah, you really
yes, I
got
just need a very cozy small space and
okay.
very
Good.
comfortable.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if a family members, so we need a more big house,
Yeah.
right? But on the personal side, the personal is copy maybe I want to very small, maybe one room or two bedroom is okay. I make one room is my cozy, my bedroom, and then is my library. So that's enough. So I don't want the big. Yeah. So the people, the trend is the big house, the mesmerized, and then you want a more transfer and the minimize life. It's a more light, right? Not too much stress. And then suffering, yeah. So further, it is highly practical for public policy and the large scale the social decision. The con, it can lead to more tendency over majority, where the right or on the individual are the circuit or for great good. It can lead to the tendency over majorities, where right on the individual are the circuit for the great good. The deontology, the duty-based ethics. Deontology is built on ideas that certain action was inherently right or wrong, the levels over there, the consequence, the core questions, what is my duty? What is my duty? And criminal drivers, the act, the rule, the purpose, the action itself, is lay on categorical imperative, rule that must be followed by everyone, that in every situation or without restriction. So, democracy is the duty-based ethic. So maybe academy, or for example academic, we have to come in every week, right? Because we have to score, we have to keep your scholarship, right? The visa. So why? What is my duty? You have to come, must have to come every week. And then you have to more homework, you have to exam. Why? I want to keep my scholarship, right? So everybody, no, it's not only me, right? And it's not. But it's my duty. I have to come every day, every Monday, every Tuesday, because I want to keep my position. So I'm teaching, right? So it's not. So everybody has more rule, under control, by law or rule. So the democracy is the duty-based ethic. The primal drivers, the act rule. The focus, the action itself is lay on categorical imperative. Categorical imperative, that must be followed by everyone in every situation, without exception. Yeah, for example, maybe the war, or the war, maybe it's a war, maybe the enemy attacks the United States, the war. So how can I do? So we can move by myself. No, we have to control by the government, right? So you stay home or not, they decide, and not decide by myself. Because this is the democratic duty-based ethic. So the control, under control of the government, the war, the emergency, right? So without the exception, the every situation. So the rule that must be followed by everyone. The pro is provide a very clear objective line in the sand that treats the whole individual the ends more than himself. The level is a matter tool. It provides a very clear objective line in the sand and it treats all individual and ends more than himself. The level as a matter tool. The con is linguistics can cause the problem when the two moral duties quality were duty to tell the truth or the duty to save our life. How about this? Its reality can cause problem when two moral duties quality, the duty to tell the truth or the duty to save our life. You can understand? You can explain this one? The con is negativities can cause problem. We have some problem. When you have problem, two moral duties, call it the duty to tell the truth, the duty to save our life. I have an episode. I have bad memories. Didn't I have the trauma? Last Saturday. Maybe you can see the TV, the news, the 210 freeway, the car accident. You know that? You hear about the car accident, the 210 freeway? Last Saturday, 3 days ago, big crash. The 210 freeway, the east, the west here, the semi-truck crossed line, and they crashed the van. The one person died, and then 32 people injured. I'm over there. I have a second, the car van behind me. So I saved people, and then the CPR, I try to activate or some help people. Yeah, so they will notice. Usually, maybe car crash, maybe make open the lines. They more keep going, right? The drive. But the Saturday they block. The east, west they block everything. So maybe 4 hours, maybe a couple of hours, they stay. The whole car. They become investigation, some kind of issue, something. So sometimes you see, we want some save other people, but unfortunately, I want to save the person, the driver, the pathway, the female, and then other people have the law. There is some people more survivor, but two people dangerous condition. So sometimes it's a baby safety. They want more talk to more duties to the car accident, what happened, and then other things, the duty to more life save life. So yeah, all the time we driving by ourselves, right? Watch. But sometimes, but I do my best, my drive my way. But some people crash me, no choice. You have to more protect, right? So you have to be careful to drive all the time. So I'm 3 days ago didn't take the occurs my trauma. So still I'm happy because I see the view, the injured person, and then I see the pathway, the driver. So we want to try to save a life, but it's not. So sometimes it's neglect can cause problem when moral duties quality and duty to more tell the truth, and then the duty to save our life. Two parts. Virtual ethics. Now let them focusing the rural leaders. The visual ethics focus on the person performing the action. The letters that focusing on rules for leaders, and visual ethics focus on the person performing the action. The core questions: what would a virtuous person do? What would a virtuous person do? The female drivers, the characters, the focus, the characters and the habit. It suggests that by practicing the features, the behavior, like a more honesty, the bravery, or generosity, you eventually become a person who naturally does right things. So the focus, the character, and the habit. It suggests that by practicing virtuous behavior, honesty, bravery, or generosity, so you eventually become person who naturally does the right thing. So how about you? What do you want? Your identity. What kind of your person become? Good person, honest person, brave person, generous person, or smart person, the beautiful person. Which one? What kind of person you became?
Brave person.
Brave person? Okay. How about you?
You mean personality?
Yes.
I would rather stay the same.
The same?
Yeah.
Okay. So how about you? What kind of person became?
Me?
Yes.
Well, I'm learning about being Christian, so I can say I want to be more godly.
Okay. So, okay, one more time, one more question. So you miss, you want more learning the Christian life, right? So before you enjoy your personal life, right? But now you want more changing the will of God, right? So, when you did your think about your work, you have some vision, you have a turning point or some that your situation or environment will change your.
Well, first encounter with Christianity, I previous school before I moved here.
Yes.
I remember my teacher. He's a pastor, and I attend to his like Thanksgiving dinner, and also after that I attend the Bible study every Thursday.
Okay.
Thing, and yeah, it's very changed my view on life, because before I was kind of like all by myself in this
Okay.
country. It's pretty lonely, and I found like love and friendship through my pastor and the church, the member of the church. So yeah, that's why I'm like, okay, I think this is what I want. This is what
Okay.
God
Good.
wanted for me.
So you have the good chance and turning point, right? You're the dancing party, and then you're like the party, and then you're the relationship time. So you so many things that change your life after you decided you are joining the union, and then the Christian life, culture, the community.
Yes, cause like our church is a house church. We it's like a small community in the
Okay.
neighborhood, like 3 houses,
Yes.
like live together. It's really changed my view on how to live in the community. Like not like individually. It's
I
more
see.
like
The union.
yeah.
Mm.
So we share everything, kind of thing. Yeah.
The before you attending the Sunday church, right? Every Sunday you went to church, right? So your service of church service and the more activity, but the small house, the Bible, the union is a more very different, right? It's a
Yeah.
more impression your union.
Because instead of like going to church every Sunday, we basically living together every day.
Yeah, it's a more just like a family.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. The purpose is holistic and focus on long-term the personal development rather than just the following order. So this the virtual ethics. We have to follow the rule, but the more focus, they have more the personal development in long term, the holistic, the pro, it is a holistic and focus on long term the personal development. Just the following orders. So we set action. It's no following orders, but it's not needed. The cooperation, join union, the con. It can the subjective and judgments or later offer the clear how to the guide or specific or complex dilemma. The con is can be the subjective and doesn't always offer the clearest how to guide for the specific or complex dilemma. Number 4 is very important here. The biblical morality. The biblical the morality centers on the characters of God, the relationship between the creators or humanity. We have a lifespan, we have creative humanity, and we have sin. The example here. We have a church, right? We have an individual part for a church member, right? Then we have the pastor here. We have home. On the Bible church. So individual part, we have more the creators or humanity. So we have the Sunday church. So all church member coming, and then we have the more after the church service with the union. We have a love table of love, and they join the child group or little study. And also the house is not very cozy side, but we know more comfortable. We more open the mind, the practical hobby, we more talk. But we have to know the program, right? So maybe 10 to 11, we have a church service, and then we have a cell group, the education, and then some the meeting. But it's a formally the program. But here, the house informally, and then we do like more family activity. But we more share, we can more private, more open mind together, right? So, but it's the same, the different, but we have more inside the central, the God. It didn't matter the place or many people or not the few people, it didn't matter. Personality and the community and the church, the home Bible church, so it didn't matter. The center is of God. God controls everything, right? The core questions, what does God require? Okay. Questions? Okay, God love you. God love you. But what does God require from you?
That's okay.
That's okay? Why is that okay? Okay, how about you? God love you. So what does God require from you?
Obedience.
Okay. Yeah, also you already me, right? It's my God inside here. Okay, how about you? God love you. So what does God require from you?
I have totally no idea.
Okay, you're Christian, right? No Christian, okay. You don't know any Jewish? You're Buddha, no Catholic, anything?
Kind of Buddha.
Buddha? Okay.
Kind of.
Okay. How about the Buddha? For example, yeah, Buddha love you. So, what does Buddha require from you?
I mean that is the totally different way from the two religion.
Yes.
Because in Buddhism or like Taoism, which is the top two religion in China, and those two religions, they not really require anything from you. What their center theory is the God always like giving out things to the like normal civilians or like normal peoples. So if you pray like seriously or like they normally the God doesn't require anything.
No
from
require
you.
anything.
Yeah.
So, for example, maybe Catholics, Christian, they more God, some, but the Buddhists maybe the personal issue more meditation, right? So not make it the focus the God was some English, right? Only the focus the mind. Correct?
Yeah, only the
okay.
focus here.
Okay. So the primers, the drivers, the creators, the relationship, the dynamic characters element, the dynamic logical elements, it features a series of commands like the 10 commandments. Well, it features actually commands like the 10 commandments that represent object to a moral duty. So maybe any kind of English no require. You Christian, so I'm God. So maybe Jesus. Sometimes you have to love me. You have to something to no require. But we have the other meaning, right? My God or Buddha too, right? So no rules. But we have to rule the organization or something over the rule over the program, right? Yeah. So but some Christian must have to church or not. If you're Christian, must have no choice. You have to go church. Only the church service is a Christian, or maybe you stay home and your home Bible school and the Christian. How about you think? Opinion?
Me?
Yes.
I think that every Christians need to have a church because as for a Christian it's a relationship not
Yes.
just between God but between human.
Mm-hmm.
It's like between human too. So it's required to go to a church or have a church.
Okay.
Church home for you.
Yeah. How about this? Maybe here, I explained the church and then home, the Bible, but your what's your name?
Mithila Frzana.
Victor Bernardo. You. You. Okay, very beautiful. Okay. The church, the home, your personal, your Christian. So over here, Christ. But inside the heart, no Christ. Is Christian or not? Just you join the church, you join the home, you Christian? No, because Christ is not inside here. So the God sent, God required from you. It doesn't matter you wanna go to church, you wanna go to home Bible, but you wanna stay home. You have to make it my cross inside here. It's a Christian. Yes or no?
Yes.
Maybe duty. Okay, I have degrees. I'm Christian, so I have to keep my rule is low. So maybe I want something. I want some the silicone, the store. Oh, I like it, but I don't have money. So I'm not sitting. Why? I don't want to go jail. The punishment. And second, I like the silicone, but I don't have money. But I'm not sitting. Why? I'm Christian. Why? Because I don't want to make a crime. They're different, the worthy. Right? You understand? So maybe inside the cross, or the God is inside here, the Buddha come any kind here, our activity or movement or my thought or decision, they're different from regular morality. Okay? So dynamical elements, it features a solid command, like the 10 commandment, the different objective moral duty. The pictorial elements emphasize the heart, the fruit over the spirit, the future element, the emphasize the heart, and the fruit over spirit. The spirit over fruit. Maybe think about the Eden. Why the modern people suffer from the evil or some the ill or some the final stage or some stress or war something. While Eden garden, the Genesis Eden garden have a more protected by or under control by God, right? And the God give the responsibility for management of the garden. But who broken system? Who? Adam, right? Yeah, they give a chance. Your position, you manage your garden, but you can get any kind of fruit, everything, right? But only this kind of tree don't eat, right? So we have more fruit over spread. Fruit over spread, we have more the emotion was spread very strong, the good healthy, and also you gather more the fruit. You can try to more fruit, the taste, with the joy and the love and more fries, everything. But we have work system, the rule, the crime, and destroy the garden. Maybe you can anything, taste the fruit, right? So the fruit over spread. So you have this spread, they have more results, and then you can more the benefit. So picture elements emphasize the heart and the fruit over spread. They are focusing on the becoming a person characterized by love, the patience, and the kindness. So we have a three parts: love, joy, patience, the kindness, and the sharing, the person, the heart. They become more happy. So maybe you help somebody. Why? Why you help somebody? Maybe somebody have the screen time. Why? Your heart, good person, your joy, right? Maybe you're not joy, you're stressed, or you are selfish, or the hot temper, the never hand give other people, right? So because you, when you help other people, why? Reason, character by your the joy, love, and the patience, the kindness inside here. Why? Because you are son of the God. The consecrated element, consecrated or elements, is a look toward teleological, and the ultimate destruction of the world, and the reward over eternal life were voters for moral behavior. The consecrated elements is looked toward teleologicals, and the utilities for destruction of our world, and the reward for eternal life, and the monitors for moral behavior. The distinguishable factors, unlike the scattered models, is based on the conventional relationship. Commenters the relationships, the morality is just more or less true. It's a response to God, natural and action. We see a picture here. Here, state over the moral development, and you compare your thought to the natural desire by the state, and you have a per-conventional, the conventional and the post-conventional. So here, the pre-conventional avoiding punishment was self-interest, and the 3 to 7 age childhood. So they never not a strong or kindness or honest or the patient, and then they have no decision, right? But 8 to 13, maybe they had attitude learning from the school program, and then adulthood with a job or your workplace or your community or your church, and then you make a more social and cooperation, and then you learning to more the social activity from the other world, the universe, right? So here's here, yes. The conspicuous elements is to look towards theoreticals and the ultimate expression of a world and the reward element like the motivated or moral behavior. The descriptive factors analytical model is based on the fundamentals, the relationship, the morality, just and the absolute truth. It is respond to God, natural and action. The response to God, nature and action. There's a morality is just or abstract the truth. It is a response to God, nature and action. So moral relativism, the Sanskrit shift from the traditional, universal, the framework, with discourse. It's moved or grasped from the objective to the subjective or cultural perspective. The truth to subjective or the cultural the perspective. So it's moved to more reversed from the objective to the subjective or cultural perspective. So what is the modern moral relativism? The moral relativism, the view, the moral judgment, not objectively is true or false, but instead of relative, the specific, the standpoint, the such as a person, individual feeling, or the society, the cultural norms. The person, individual feeling, or the society's cultural norms. The individual relativism, the subjectivism, this suggests that right, wrong, the simply matter or personal taste, opinion. If you believe an action is moral, it is moral for you. So this suggests right or wrong, that simply matters or personal taste or opinion. Okay. Red apple or green apple compares. You like red apple or green apple? Yes.
I don't like apple, but I chose green.
Green? Green? How about you? You like a green apple or red apple?
Red apple?
Yeah, red color.
Yes, red apple.
Yeah, red color is good.
Yeah.
Or green apple.
I don't like sour.
How about you?
I prefer
Green?
because red is natural.
Natural. Okay. But green apple, for example, green apple, the tangling taste, right? Green apple, the sour. But this they're fresh. The smell is good. But I like it, this one. But I like it green apple than the red apple. But you guys, red apple, right? So, no, it's green apple more much better taste. I talk to you guys, but you guys know it's green apple. So, right or wrong, it didn't matter because we have the situation, right? Because it's my taste, my personal qualities. I like the more green apple. But you guys have the red color. The red is more sweet. So here, it suggests right or wrong as simply matters or personal taste or opinion. If you believe action is moral, it's moral for you. Okay? Because why I told the green apple taste, my products the green apple provide me, so I like it. So that's why. The cultural relativism is supposed that the morality is created by the collective agreement or cultures. There is no universal standard to judge one culture's practice against another. The cultural relativism is supposed that the morality is created by the collective agreement of cultures. There is no universal standard to judge on the cultures the practice against another. How about I went to the Leadship. sometime I went to the Leadship. I tried Japanese food, and then they have Korean food. So many kind over there. So the culture different. United States here, America, right? But some space they have a Chinatown, and then Philippine town, and then Japanese town, Korea town. They small part. So they admit they more involved. So they want to sometimes conflicting or sometimes they more the sharing because community, right? So they have one space here. The union is not union, individual part, individual culture, but we involve and we the sharing, not isolate, right? With the cooperation, sometimes they join, and then maybe, for example, I'm Korean, so my Korean restaurant, I'm owner, only accept Korean people. No, right? Maybe Chinese restaurant, only at the entrance, only the Chinese people, or some American, maybe it's not the other people, no, right? We admit any kind of person, right? So we have more here, cultural religion, that this supposed that morality is spread by the collective agreement of cultures. There is no universal the standard to judge on cultures, the practice against another. So we had the argument of the culture. There are sometimes Korea, Chinese chopstick, right? Using the chopstick, right? But American, they're not using the chopstick, they fork. It's a light, wrong, no. We have the culture. Yeah. So there is no universal standard to judge on the culture's practice against others. The motivation. It is often divided by desire for tolerance and the rejection of moral imperialism. The idea is that one group has the right to impress its value on everyone else. So moral imperialism, the idea is that one group has the right to impose its value on everyone else. The critique, critique or argue that if the morality is poorly elective, we lose the ability to recognize condemns historical atrocities like slavery or genocide, and judge action were moral within the cultural framework over time. My town have one building, the house, maybe 15 years empty. It's a good shape, good architecture, and then maybe good location. Maybe somebody buy maybe more $10 million something. But I live there, town, almost 16 years. Not anybody touch anything, just located. So I'm wondering, I asked my neighbors, what kind of building over there? Why not peace, no selling anything? Because the historical the building, so they want to keep. So they don't want to selling anything. There are some people offer $10 billion or something, but they want to keep over there. Yeah, sometimes. So it's not similar. The critics argue that if a morality purely relative is larger than ability or localist condemn historical atrocity, like slavery or genocide, and the other action we are moral with a cultural framework over time. So they want to keep the degrees of every symbol. So they want to keep, they don't want no selling, no repair. It's a moral law, internalist, constraint or severely established. There is a moral law, internalist, constraint or severely established. This is on our oldest debate, the human history. The oldest debate in human history, it essentially asks, is a morality something that we invented or something were discovered? We invented or the some things that we discovered. So, generality asks immorality. Number one, the argument for internal consideration, the social evolution. This view holds that some moral laws, the human invention, the social technology, the design to help us live together. Your cooperation, no personal, isolate. We have interaction, and we join the community, and then cell, and the university, we have a cooperation. The biological evolution, our brain evolved to feel great, empathy, and shame because the emotion keep us from the being isolated from the tribe. So biological evolution, our brain evolved to feel great, empathy, and shame, and even more joy, love, kindness, or guilt. Why we already neurochemical, the hormone, the oxytocin, right? Already. So maybe oxytocin, this action, and then we make help somebody the screen time, and then you can see or more the spare time, either my heart. So biological evolution, our brain evolved to be guilt, empathy, and shame. Why? Because their emotion keep us from being except from the tube. The social consensus over time does it instruct where to concrete in the law as the society changes. Example, the English terms, our moral law, the change too. Sometimes the change rule with the change more constant, or sometimes variation change the rules, we can more involve or not, they will join, and then they'll change our law. Internal psychology, we project our internal performance onto the world and call them universal truth to give them more authority. The universal truth, 2 plus 2, what number? 2 plus 2, what answer? 4? Oh, you're very smart. How about 10 minus 8? 2. Oh my God, you're generous. You can go home. Yeah, so maybe some people ask this question, maybe some wrong answer, but your correct answer. So now you are different the two answer, but then that universal, the question or answer is not changing. So universal thought and also truth is a more morally, the formally. All the university, all country have know that rule. The plus the alphabet to A to do Z, right? To also, but we have individual country have a language, right? Language, but we have to using the English here, right? Why? Why we using the English? We have a individual country language because we have the more universal rule or with school policy, so we have the more learning, right? I'm Korean, you're India or Chinese or Philippine, Vietnam, the Thai. So we have different culture, but we have formally one language. That's why we're using English, right? So this is a universal truth to give them more authority. The second, the argument for divine establishment, the moral religion. The argument for divine, the establishment, the moral religion. This view holds that the moral law, the objective path of our university, the root, divine, the source, much like law or peace. Much like the law, the peace, but ruled by divine the source. The moral lawgivers, the pro-Purans argue that for law is set, there must be lawgivers. If there is an objective right then apply to all the people all the time, it must come from the source outside of human opinion. The moral lawgiver, but if there are an objective right that apply to all the people at all the time, it must come from the source outside of human opinion, the objective. But subjective, we see later. The moral sense, this is the more ideas that every human have an internal compass, the open conscience that point towards the pre-exact moral reality. The moral sense, this is the more ideal that every human have not individually, but part with the union, so every human have an internal compass, often called a conscience, that point towards the pre-exact moral reality. The universal standard, the fact that almost every civilization in history have a prohibit things like morals and trip, suggest we are all tapping into natural law that was established by the creators. The fact that almost every civilization in history have a prohibit things like morals and trip, so suggest we are all tapping into natural law that was established by the creator. Universal standard something. Okay, all the people, all nation have the government, all nation have the law. Your civilization or public government, they control the people, right? For example, from your China, right? I'm from Korea. So, are you citizen the United States or the permanent green card? I'm a green card. So, for example, I have a green card, not citizen the United States. So I have to control by my Korea too, and then both the United States, America. For citizen, maybe American citizen, only the control by the America, right? Not from Korea, right? But think about it. This is the universal standard. Maybe international law, Islam or Iran war, is sometimes the international law, maybe American law, international law, maybe for example the Iran or Iran to make war, Libya or Saudi Arabia, something make a attract. So have more crime, the murders, so they want more international law control. You understand, right? The America has more government controlled by the American people inside here. But the nation overseas, out of country, and the other the president nation or the president or some of the leaders, we lead somebody. Maybe for example, the Iran, the president, China president, Korea president, right? And the Trump, president, America. So I want more control of my national people here, the United States inside here, and then overseas, out of country. But you guys maybe make a war, so maybe other nation, country people die. So I want to try to more through the international law. So I want to look for this person. Why? They're not killing my American people, but they killed other people, other nation, make a war. Because of the university want the peace, right? You understand this content? So we have a limit. because I'm the fundamental green card person, so I'm the controlled by the United States and then Korea. But this one university here, the standard, we have one university, 1 years, no space, only here, right? So anybody have leaders, they want more control peace, right? No demonstration or some of the war. So we had to make the bomb or auto bomb or something the war. We had to more protect because you want to cooperate, you want to survive one place. So some people make over some war. We had more enemy. We had more control. Okay, we have to stop because we don't attract other country. So maybe you not follow this rule. Maybe I catch up. But you remember, right? The last year, where the country, the United States, they take up. What country? You remember? Last year. Well, what countries the leader take up? United States.
Venezuela?
Yeah, right? The same case.
Not
This
wrong.
one. Yeah. So the drug war, something, so they want to save the public and the university, the people. So they make a rule over the, but it's a nationality or individual the part, but they have the university the rule because we want to make a saver the survivor too. The invention, the discovery, with invention. The debate often boils down to how we view the moral error. If the morality internally is constrained, the ethics or history just move toward whatever we currently value. If morality internally is constrained, the act over history just move toward whatever we currently value. If morality have a divinely established, the adding over history is a slow process of human discovery to that where already is there, the much like we will discover law over gravity or mathematics. The if morality is a divine established already the law the long time ago already we made. So we found we made or no, just follow because we have already. The much like we discover law or gravity or mathematics. So 2 plus 2, now we make some answer, the new answer, no. Long time ago already they have the rule. So we just follow with the university probably with the idea, right? The truth. One of the most famous challenges to the internals view. Interpret the dilemma. This is something good because God say it is, or does God say it's good? Because it is our inherited good. So the Genesis, the Bible, the subject, the God make the human, right? The clay, and the body, the from the sand. The body and then the and make some hair and make the eye drop something low and they give the break, right? Nice. So and looks good, it's good, right? Here. Another most famous challenge to our internet view, European dilemma is something good because God say it is, or does God say it's good because it is inherently good. So he announced, I made you guys do your body, or and then you can breathe in air, right? Yeah. So the Bible, you can maybe if you have time, you check the Bible, the Genesis, okay? Because create the human from the dark. So good. It is good. If it's the commerce, the morality seems arbitrary. If it's the letters, the morality seems to be set for standard events above or within the divine natural itself. If it's the letters, the modality seems to the exact more standard even above or within the divine natural itself. The readings, assistant, the bridge, national philosophy, and the faith is often called the path-seeking understanding. The reading assistant, the bridges, the national philosophy, and the faith is often called path-seeking understanding. The we admit and we understand the other part. Okay? And the philosophy and the faith. So we understanding each other, the ordinary. It is the more attempt to harmony. We have more the church or home or personal relation, we need more harmony. Everything part, every individual character, sometimes it's strong or sometimes weak, no harmony, right? We have nutrition balance. So too much vitamin D or vitamin C or some the B12, sometimes you have the immune system low, you have imbalance. So we have lifespan. So we have the more good balance, you can keep going. It's my ultimate my health, right? So too much stress, too much dopamine, too much cortisol hormone, no harmony, maybe burnout. So we have the more good balance. And time the balance. This harmony too. The orchestra, the saxophone, the piano, or the flute and the violin, cello. Maybe one musician have the more give a guiding. The harmony is a good music, right? Orchestra. Maybe no singer, right? When you by yourself, it's okay. But we have all maybe 20 kind of vision, and they more good harmony. Maybe audience, the people impression, right? Maybe unbalanced. Maybe violin too much high, and then cello very low. No piano, no crash, unbalanced. It's not musical or some the orchestra. So we need more harmonies. Also, we have more the lifespan. We have to more achievement. We have to plan, but we have to more save energy. We have to more patient, and then you have more challenging. So we have to more good balance because we need more management over stress, and then we need more management of physical, and also we have to more the control the emotion, the spirit, right? The harmony is very important here. So building a system that bridges relational philosophy or path often called the path-seeking understanding. It does attempt to harmonize the evolution or spiritual truth with a reason over human mind. To build this, you essentially create the structure where path provides the foundation and the philosophy provides the framework, the foundation. So we have the conventional desire, the natural desire, and we have the data, the personal experience or desire. We make a framework, and then also we have more foundation. So if you want good cultures, good features, your achievement, building your source of your foundation over your trauma or bad experience. It's the first time. The foundation established with your achievement, the faith. Every ethical system starts with your achievements. A separation that cannot be proven, objective or true, is a pace of a load system that often come from a spiritual or divine religion. That does often come from spiritual or divine religion. The imago Dei, the image of God, you already know that, right? Imago Dei is an image of God. This is some primitive path action. It's established that every human being has inherent infinite worth, not because of what they can do with religion, but because of who they are, relation of the Creator. the character of God, the faith provide definition of God, good. If the divine is defined as loving, the just and the truthful, the other qualities become the lost star for your system. The purpose, the telepathy, faith answer why we are here. If the purpose of our life is to love God and then neighbors, every radical decision must be filtered towards that goal, the purpose. So the foundation establishes your maximums, the faith. We have the imago Dei, I want to more do sacrifice my God, and then the character of God. Because the created by from the God, so I want to try to more the futurely more activity from the God. The purpose why? Why you're this one? Because I want more every decision must be filtered toward that goal. I want people, God, because God love me. So I love God. The second, the framework, the applied rational tool, the philosophy. Once the foundation is set, you use the rational philosophy to build the verbs of your system. This makes your relative consciousness logical word appreciable the modern problem that essential task might not be explicitly mentioned, like AI or the biotic. This like maybe a human part, but the AI part maybe more. The detail is that this makes your edit constant, logical or appreciable the modern problem that instant task might not explicitly mention, like AI or biotics. So it's not AI or no biotics, the natural law, rational discovery. This is the more bridge between the two. You have two, A part, B part. It suggests that God designed the universe in a moral logic that any person can discover thought reason regardless of their heart, the natural law. The moral logic that any person can discover thought reason or regardless of their faith. Categorical constancy, democracy, you listen to ensure your rule, don't contradict. If your faith say love your neighbor, reason, how do you apply these universally, ensuring you don't make convenience by expansion over yourself. The categorical constancy, the deontology, that you listen to ensure your rule don't contradict. If your faith say love your neighbors, isn't how do you apply this universally, ensuring you don't make convenience or extension over yourself. The golden man, the virtual ethics, the use the philosophy to find the practical middle ground in daily life. Middle ground in daily life. For example, if pays corporate stewardship of money, the reason how do you find the balance between stinginess or recklessness? The golden man's, the virtual ethics, either find the practical, the middle ground. The faith called stewardship or money reason help you find the balance between stinginess or recklessness. The three, integration, how to process the dilemma. The integration, how to process the dilemma. To use this dual system, you can follow specific decision loop. When passed either radical choice, you have a post-step. Number one, the step one, the past filters. Does this action against either core command or my fact? So we have the example, does this honor the dynasty or person involved? This is the more example. that this action again is the core command over my fate. Yeah, I told you, right? My episode is last Saturday, when occurs the car crash, big car crash. So I have to go my clinic, 10 o'clock. I have my patient, but I will early start, so I will spare my time, maybe 1 hour. So I'm to stay over there. I help the people. So it's my duty, no, right? Because maybe I don't need it. Because maybe limit of time, or I have to maybe go there to a couple hours, maybe so under control by the 911 or the police. So I don't need it because I have to go to early. It's my clinic, so I need less time. It's much better. But I heard it's not my duty. But my ethics is my God love here. So you help the people. You help people, right? The pet Peter. So this action delegates the core command to my fate. Yes. Because my God told me you help the other people. That's why I'm still there. The step 2, the relational task. Does this action make sense about logically? Does this action make sense logically? If everyone did this, would the society function or collapse? Sometimes we need action, we need a power rule, and then also everybody have to university we have the truth, we need to have something. But sometimes only one person, couple person want to control the situation. Why? Too much mass, right? So we want more peaceful, we make a rule, and then sometimes we have the localists who will make the action. They will control, they don't want to more extend in the issue. So we have to think about it, this one. Okay, if everyone did this, would the society function or purpose? Step 3, the mutual check. What kind of person am I becoming by making this choice? What kind of person am I becoming by making this choice? Am I acting out of fears, out of our features, the patient, the quality or justice, my faith, inquiry? Yes, because I'm Christian. Yeah, that's why I want to go there. I don't need some exact the situation, my time, that's my time, but I'm Christian. So what kind of person am I becoming by making this choice? Then am I acting out of fears, out of our features, the patient or quality or justice, my path inquiry? Number 4, step. The consequential review. The consequential review. Why we don't let consequence dictate life or long, we usually listen to predict the impact. Will this choice actually help the person I am trying to serve? The consequential review. Why we don't let consequence dictate right or wrong, we use listen to predict the impact. Will this choice actually help the person I am trying to serve? Number 4, discovering conflict between the two. Sometimes relational conclusion might seem to clash with the faith principle. Our lowest system handle this two way. Good translator. The humble religion, operating the human logic is a limit and may not see the big pictures that divine perspective would. Eliminate the faith, using reason to ensure that your interpretation of faith isn't just for cultural bias or misunderstanding or incidents to task. So it's not like a AI or biospeed. Eliminate the faith using reason to ensure that your interpretation of faith isn't just cultural bias or misunderstanding over instant tasks. The resulting system, it is so objective, but because its root is fate, it's just your opinion. Resulting system, it is so objective because its root in the fate is just your opinion. It is logical. Because it uses the philosophy, you can explain why you believe what you do someone who doesn't share your faith. It is personal because it focuses on the features, it changes your characters rather than just your checklist or behavior. So by combining the two, you create a system that is a whole brain. It satisfies the human need for logical consistency, while the honoring the spiritual commission, the morality is something deeper than the social contract. So we study today the ethic and the morality come from. So we found the personality, lifespan, and the community, and the university. So where does morality come from? We can ask what is the moral division? It's a moral law, internalist, constitution, or divine stability. The intersection, discovery, with invention, and then also today's summary. This picture, the state of moral development. So if you have time, you can show the pages 50s. Remember, if you have time, you can compare the measure, the desire, the 5 stage, and you can compare. So maybe